I'm Christopher Titus, and this is the Armageddon Update. And you know, I had something planned, but then I made the mistake of turning on the news. And honestly, after almost 4 years, I can't believe there is something worse than calling our troops losers and suckers. But here we go. He knew. Trump knew in November about the coronavirus. I know that because we told Israel. We warned them. China told us in December.
I spoke with President Xi. We had a great talk. He's working very hard.
We had the genetic map on January 7th. Trump did nothing. Nothing. He went golfing. He told us
That goes away in April with the heat. The risk to the American people remains very low. We have it so well under control. I mean, view this the same as the flu. It's going to disappear. One day it's like a miracle. It will disappear. Nobody really knows. And this is their new hoax.
kids are almost immune. Almost immune? Can we get someone in charge who knows what fucking words mean? As of today, we have lost 200,000 plus souls because of COVID-19. The excessive death rate in America for 2020 is over 200,000. There's a 28% underreporting of COVID deaths. But let's deal with the past, because if Marty and Doc Brown were here, I would get in that DeLorean, go back in time, go to Jeffrey Epstein's party with a baseball bat, and swing away.
Titus, swing away.
Saving innocent teenage girls and 200,000 people who died of COVID. I would be a hero. How would that change the future? Well, would Hillary Clinton be president? Honestly, I don't give a shit. As long as we ended bankrupt Biff Tannen. To all you fake news Trumpers who never believe what is said about the man, even though we have video, recordings, eyewitnesses, corroborating testimony, police sketches, DNA samples, 14 books that he didn't sue anyone about for slander, his daily briefings, bodies piling up every day, and kindergartners doing finger paintings of him shooting someone on Fifth Avenue. But if you still aren't convinced, here, in his own garbled words.
This is more deadly. This is 5 per, this is 5% versus 1%. This is deadly stuff. It's not just old people, Bob. There's plenty of young people. I wanted to always play it down. I still like playing it down.
He knew. He knew. That was him talking, not an anonymous source. It was him. He did it. He said it. Him. He. Sweet Potato Hitler. The president said the virus would kill 5% of the people. So here's the deal. Now, around the world, COVID has killed hundreds of thousands of people. We, in America, over 200,000 dead in real numbers. But let's go over the other countries' death numbers. Did you see where we are? We're number one in deaths. When he said we'd be tired of winning, goddamn, he was right. It's the one thing after 22,000 lies he told the truth about. Yes, you fat, bloviating, bankrupt child rapist. We are tired of winning. We are number one in COVID deaths. We are number one in job loss. We are number one in pedophiles as president. We are number one in lies told. Number one in days of golf during a pandemic. And number one in speakers at the Republican National Convention coked out of their minds. The reality is, this president has killed the economy, our reputation worldwide. He killed faith in the CDC, Dr. Fauci. He killed the Kurds by pulling out of Syria. He killed 200,000 Americans, but Jeffrey Epstein was a suicide. Right. Because I didn't have a chance to really finish what I was going to write about today, let me say this. After almost 4 years of lying, impeachment, rape charges, Russia, bounties, Puerto Rico, kids in cages, no wall, no infrastructure, the destruction of the post office, golfing 300 days, Trump's out getting fresh air while Americans are suffocating on ventilators. And now this? He told us it was a hoax, that it was a flu, but he knew. He sacrificed Herman Cain and 200,000 other Americans, people he swore an oath to protect. He knew. He fucking knew. Let me play it again.
This is more deadly. This is 5 per, this is 5% versus 1%. This is deadly stuff. It's not just old people, Bob. There's plenty of young people. I wanted to always play it down. I still like playing it down.
So after 4 years of lying, debt, Russia, impeachment, and now 200,000 dead because the president lied, it seems the only losers and suckers are those who voted for him. He made America gullible again. MAGA. I'm Christopher Titus, and this is the Armageddon Update. God, I can't wait till this guy is gone. I'm going to have an aneurysm. Hey everybody, Christopher Titus Podcast. Hi. This is a rageful day. I have felt rage all day, and much to everyone's chagrin, as with me, as always, someone who hates my rage, Bombshell Ray.
What's up, people?
Also, the Highlander.
There could be only one.
And, yeah. I'm having a bad day. I have to be honest. I'm having a very bad day for a couple of reasons. Number one reason is we found out the president knew that this was going to kill a bunch of people and decided to just let that go. He decided to go out and lie and say, hey, by the way, yeah, we're good. It's going to disappear in a thing. After he had just got off the phone with the prime minister or whatever they call it, the dictator of China, who said, hey, bro, this is coming. It's going to be bad. He knew it was aerosolized. He knew it was going to kill 5% of the people who got it, and he kept it quiet.
He knew it was worse than the flu.
And he said that he wanted to downplay it.
Right, I want to play it.
Purposely downplay it.
So what happened was that he's downplayed masks, he's downplayed the disease, he's downplayed everything. So I want to go down what the destruction of this actually is. Here's the destruction of what he did. 200,000 hard numbers, people dead, friends, family, the guy at the corner store that you know, people from school,
young people, children,
everybody. So 200,000 people dead, grandma dead, grandpa dead, uncle's dead.
Herman Cain
dead. Herman Cain died. Shucky Ducky's gone. Imagine all the businesses that have closed, that are going to close. We just lost a comedy club, Cap City Comedy Club in Austin, closed.
For good. Closed, done.
Forever. It's been around forever,
It's been around forever. I worked there years ago. The only club where I almost got in a fight with an audience member, a literal fist altercation. That's gone now. All these stores that are boarding up, all based on the fact that this asshole didn't just come out and go, this is bad, it's going to mess everything up. All the people who's going to lose their retirement when the market crashes because he's doing this, because he could have just locked it down, and we could have actually been locked down for 2 months maybe, and then it would have been over. We got it down to a numbers that's manageable. Now he's still not doing anything. There's no national plan. So the economy's crashed. We had 16 million jobless. I don't know what it's down to now, and we're at a 10% jobless rate. And we have 200,000 people dead, and we've got how many people sick? We got 3 million people cases, just because this tard had the balls to go, now I'm going to downplay it. I'm going to downplay it. It's going to be played down. You know, when you play things down, you make them better because nobody knows what's doing. So this...
Because I'm a cheerleader?
That's what he said. I'm a cheerleader. He said his thing was like, my job is to be a cheerleader, not panic people. But as Rachel pointed out, he has no problem panicking people, does he?
No. And when has he ever been a cheerleader? They're the ones that are upbeat and positive and try and get people excited. I'm wondering when he's going to start that.
They bring people together.
Yes.
And they make people feel good.
For a unified goal, and they get people to cheer and get on their feet and have hope.
They do have
winning.
a lot of orange pom-poms.
But sometimes he does say, ready, okay. He sometimes says that. Here's my problem with it. Besides everything, besides 200 dead and crashing the economy, is that he had to come out in the speech today, and he had the balls to go. I was trying to not panic people, but when it comes to black people in the suburbs, he can panic everybody. He's going to panic suburbanites.
He uses panic.
Panic is his tool, unless when it comes to him, no, I was trying to calm everybody down.
All autocrats use panic. That's what they do. They capitalize on fear, and that's what 38%? That's exactly why Chris Cuomo did a great summation on it yesterday, and I thought it was really interesting because I always feel so desperate, like why do they still, how can they still follow him? And he said they're voting for Donald Trump in spite of Donald Trump. And he really broke it down, and it was amazing, and it was because their fear of what will replace him is greater than their fear of what is.
So here's what I'd like to point out to everybody. Okay, all right. So it's bad now, but if Joe Biden comes in, we don't know what Joe Biden's going to do. Yeah, we do. We have 42 years. We have 42 years of Joe Biden. We got 4 years ago.
He was a VP before.
With the other dude.
It's not that, though. He's created the radical left. He says it all the time. He said it today. he's supposed to be
1,000
doing
times.
a press conference about judges and what he said about coronavirus, and instead he campaigned, like you said, and that's what he did. He garnered fear today, and he said radical left like 8 times, and he didn't even speak that long, the radical left fringe. And so that's what people hear. My dad is not hearing the other parts of what we are. I yelled at my dad yesterday or day before. Not yelled, but it was a high-pitched, strident conversation. On my part, he was silent.
It was really beautiful way to put it.
It was Tony. It was a little Tony.
It was Tony, but I'm not mad. Like, I don't take it on personally.
Yeah.
I love my dad. I'm not going to be mad at him, whomever he votes for. But I am his youngest daughter, and I will get on his ass for stuff. And he made a joke about when are they going to lock Hillary Clinton up, and I just had it. And I just went off. And I would say things to him, for example, how under this Department of Justice, the investigation into the Clintons was closed with 0 findings of wrongdoing.
4 times.
Yeah. And he was like, I didn't know about that. That was what he kept saying. I didn't know about that. And then finally at the end, I said, your homework today is to go and you have to read what every general, because my dad's a retired Marine officer, every general and every admiral said about Donald Trump last month, namely General Mattis's statement that was published. And he goes, well, how do I do that? Use the Google? Dead serious. And I'm like, all right, Dad. Well,
I share your pain.
Use the Google.
yes,
Googles,
that's
the
exactly how
interwebs.
you do it. So I'm going to send it to him, but I already sent him a couple articles. I don't want to overwhelm him, but he repeatedly would say, I didn't know that. I haven't heard that. He didn't know. They never
generation.
talked about Mattis's statement that that was
Right.
huge
Yeah.
news.
No,
Fox never covered it.
Fox didn't know.
And so people don't know, and there is no other, conservative news media. What, OAN?
Right.
I would never
Right.
send you to OAN from Fox, right? Like
They have the monopoly on right-wing
state
news.
media. It's state media.
I got a text the other day. It was my son's birthday. Shout out to Wyatt. Happy birthday, buddy.
Wyatt, happy birthday, Wyatt.
Aw,
Is he 10?
he just turned 10.
Wow.
Oh, double digits.
I know.
Big one.
I know. His voice is a little deeper, walking a little
I don't
with
think
a...
so.
No, no.
Not in the least.
100% no.
He's
It's
got
not
the hairy
happening.
arms and legs like I do. So.
Great.
But I got a text from my mom who said, oh, we miss you guys with hearts and love you and wishing happy birthday to Wyatt. And this country is going to hell by the Democrats.
Demon
in the same
crats.
text.
In
Yeah.
the same sweet happy
Democrats.
birthday
She's a
text.
little flower, soft little lady.
Where is she?
She's now in North Carolina. She just
Oh.
moved to North Carolina. So
Where?
Okay.
She just moved there, literally like a week ago.
West or east? Do you know?
East. I think it's
Okay.
east.
By
All
the
right.
water, towards the water that way?
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Here's what I don't understand. So he started doing this. He goes, "Look, you're looking." So the riots are going off. You're looking at an America that's going to happen under Joe Biden. Whoa, 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 whoa! Joe Biden ain't running shit.
Right.
Actually, Joe Biden. I remember when Joe Biden was a couple years ago.
It says
when Joe,
this is Joe Biden's America. This is what if you elect. This is Joe. And
Not
I'm like,
photoshopped.
It's
This is
actually
that
happening
picture
right now.
is from
now.
like a month ago.
Exactly. Yeah, I don't get it. But I thought Chris Cuomo did explain it fairly well, and I did feel a little more sane after he was done. It doesn't make it better, but I did feel a little less crazed.
how can the Republicans that vote for Trump be afraid of a dude who's been in the office for 40 years? We know what he did last time. The reason Obama brought him because he was so centrist. He was so centrist, and he'll lock it down. He'll take care of everybody. He drives a classic Corvette. He checks all the boxes.
He even said today when he's supposed to be talking about what he said about COVID, he did a list of 10 things. If Joe Biden gets elected, this is how he opened. One of the things was he's going to take Under God out of the national anthem.
Right. So he's not using panic or fear.
No,
right?
but
course
that's
not.
what I'm saying. I mean,
Right, I want to keep it calm.
The riots. He said he's going to abolish the police.
Yep.
And that's the thing.
Take
if
away
you
your
listen
guns.
to him, he said that he's going to
away
take
your
away your
guns.
guns, which
Yep.
none of this.
Just trying to
is-
calm everybody down.
Yeah.
Just trying to calm
Trying to
everybody
keep
down.
I'm a
everybody calm.
cheerleader. He's a cheerleader. He's really trying to pump us up.
By the way, vaccine's going to be here no matter what. Safe or not doesn't matter. We're going to inject people ridiculous.
Warp speed.
The Democrats won't do that.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
exactly.
The other thing he said was, of course, he went back to the I closed down the country. And that's his biggest soundbite. And then he said, which, by the way, Pelosi was against. and Joe Biden was against.
Oh.
And I was like, what?
What?
Wait, hold
What are you
on.
talking
And that's
about?
what I mean. It's just like being in court with your ex where you're always going, wait, what did she just say? And then she's already gone on to the next thing, but
Yeah.
you're like, wait,
Yeah.
you just that didn't
That
happen
doublespeak.
because
There's that doublespeak.
because we're actually trying to
And
close
it's so
things down
crazy.
even more
Right.
and you won't okay. All right.
But it's so crazy that
Yeah.
that's why you go. Did she just say some crazy shit that I've never heard? Well, I mean, I wrote today like basically what's going to happen is they're going to burn the White House down. They're going to install an abortion clinic in the Rose Garden. They're
Oh,
going
he
to,
said that.
They're going to kill babies. They're going to throw them into wood chippers. They're going to use that fertilizer to grow kale. That's what the liberals are going to do. And the judges. They're going to bring in judges that are naked under the robes. And they're going to be doing
Getting
liberal
things
stuff.
from-
That's
yeah, yeah.
right. A lot of Enya will be playing in the Supreme Court. Like, what? Dude, like, he's saying the craziest shit. And, like, why? Like, how's he even coming up
But he
with it?
says it with such confidence.
He
He did say that they would be using our money to fund very late term abortions. What?
Very.
Like what is a very 8 months and 28
73
days?
years? I
Like,
am a 73-year-old right now.
yeah, and so people, and then he says it just like she did with such confidence that people don't find it outrageous because it's said so normally, and then they're talking about something else like that never happened and you can't keep up, but it's working. It's planting seeds in some people's minds.
But didn't W and stuff do the same thing when they were running? No, Romney was mellow. When Romney was the first guy to run against Obama, right? Yeah. Romney was just a normal guy. It was two smart guys kind of arguing back and forth with different ideas. This guy is doing is Hitler playbook all the way. He says all the judges. He started out. So today we came to the news. By the way, people, please listen. You heard it on the Armageddon update. Go look at Woodward's book. First of all, how dumb is a dude who's this much of a criminal to sit down with Bob Woodward, who's
right.
the guy who took down Nixon? Like, dude, you're so far beyond Nixon. Just shut up. Don't even you're not even a good criminal.
He doesn't know what Watergate is. That's in the olden days.
But then to just someone always says, I've been saying lately, he says the bad part out loud. You know, you're supposed to say the
Right. Don't
always,
say,
yeah. Stuff you never should say. He says it.
Yeah.
So she said it's aerosolized. So he's telling people not wear masks.
Yep.
You're not trying to panic people.
Right.
He's still making fun of reporters in the Rose Garden for wearing a mask.
He did to Biden yesterday. He said he's always wearing a mask. I've never seen a guy want to wear a mask so much. I guess he's had some psychological issues. That's what he said about Biden. And I just want to go, and people out there that are listening, I know you guys are already with us, but Jesus, I have family, and Ray has family. You have family that are just like, yep, this is the guy, and they don't want to hear a fact.
No,
they don't want to hear it.
No, my dad was tired. He was just like, yeah, okay, whatever. I didn't hear that. I'll go, okay, well, I can send you the articles from several different sources. Just so you, okay, I don't need to see it.
After I heard that.
I don't really watch the news. That's what he said. I got in your truck and it was on Fox News. Well, I don't really listen. I listen to Elvis. That's what he told me. I got an Elvis station.
But if you got into the
Elvis
truck.
station, that's all they play on that one station.
Isn't that Fox News? That is
Pretty
Fox.
good. It's actually pretty good. I don't know if you listen to Elvis, and I was like, you're not changing the subject, but that's the answer. Oh, I don't care about this. You're too wrapped up in this, or they're all criminals. He also said that yesterday. They're all crooks. Okay. Like.
So now we have another issue that I want to deal with, and I'm not sure how to deal with this. Someone said, and he said, you said it at the house, and then he said it when I got here. He goes, what the hell's Bob Woodward just sitting on this since February?
Oh yeah, let's give a little mini fuck you to Bob Woodward.
Yeah, we can't
for doing the same thing that Trump does. He held on to this important, critical information for his own. I assume
February.
until it would make him money.
But that's what I was going to tweet that, but instead I'm lazy and I'm having an allergy attack. So let me just say it right here, right now. If you are currently sitting on any relevant information that involves national security
and 200,000
and the
people
health
might die.
and you're sitting on it for a book deal, release it and then die.
Yeah. We need to beat your ass. Bob Woodward does need to be
Bolton.
roughed up in an alley.
It keeps happening.
Too.
Bolton.
Bolton too. I forgot about Bolton.
It just keeps. It's so many I can't remember now. But also Melania's best friend and personal assistant, person that got blamed for that campaign money.
Yeah. Well, she's already testified.
She wrote a book,
Right.
That came out. I mean, it's everybody's writing. Have we ever had so many books written about a president that doesn't read books?
Maybe that's why you can just put them out and there's no.
That's
guess
why
so.
they know damn well that they'll never be sued because he'll never read it. He can't file a slander case if he doesn't understand. What happened? I don't know. What?
Even today, he was reading. It was obvious that he was reading, and he, much like my 8-year-old nephew, when he's having to do work, like schoolwork, he can't stop fidgeting. So if you watch him, he's doing this on the podium the whole time.
He came out rough today.
Yeah, but reading is hard. You can tell that he's focused and he's staring at the teleprompter and he can't stop. It's just like, can we just have complete sentences back? Bring complete sentences back.
Biden, they actually, Jim Acosta, one of the guys, Ari Melber, someone interviewed as I was driving in.
Jim Acosta.
Jim Acosta was interviewing Biden, and Biden, off the cuff, is just like he's not reading. He's like, can you understand what this man just did?
Yeah.
Besides ripping on our soldiers, and he's being this clear, besides calling them losers and suckers, he then let 200. He did nothing. He let 200,000 Americans die. He could have invoked the DPA. He could have actually brought in PPE. He could have helped the states. He could have issued a federal. He could have come up with a rule.
He said that.
Just a fucking rule.
He said that today, that part of why he didn't want to raise panic was because at that time they currently started buying all the masks from all over that they could, and panic would have driven the prices up.
No, we sent the mask to China, actually.
Yeah, actually, if you remember, he blamed nurses and doctors for stealing PPE.
They're out the back door.
Oh, yeah.
That's right. He said
Yeah.
Make sentence structure great again. That's my campaign.
It's too long. It's too long for him to read.
What do all sentences have to include in them?
What do you mean?
Well, I mean, it's got to have a subject.
You'd have to have a noun and a subject and a verb.
Okay.
A period.
And it's some sort of punctuation. It would have to end in
capitalization.
a period.
So I did something I got on my phone.
Have to have one capital letter at least.
I used the record thing on my phone, and then I didn't say you have to say period, parentheses, and I didn't. So I sent somebody something that was this long, and it was the most rambling. It looked like Trump on Adderall. That's what it looked like.
Oh yeah, you have to say the punctuation.
Yeah. Oh, another thing, was Kimberly Guilfoyle and John Jr. We showed a picture of it in the Armageddon update. They were coked up during the RNC speech.
Oh, probably.
You saw the picture. We pulled the picture of his eyes.
What was she doing?
Oh, right.
Is yet to come. Like
why are you doing that?
There's nobody there.
I know.
She wasn't rocking the room.
I know.
It was empty. She wasn't Springsteen.
It wasn't like
on the closer.
Who was running for that? Who was running for office like years ago and was like, yeah.
Oh,
it wasn't
Ross Perot.
No.
Well, he also did Yeehaw.
It wasn't that.
He was a DNC. Ted.
The
Kim,
really bombastic.
Howard. Was it
Howard Dean?
Howard
Yes.
Dean.
Howard Dean.
Yeah.
And by the
He
way,
was working the room, not the.
Yeah.
But the thing is with Howard Dean is that they mocked him for that.
Yeah.
They played that forever. He lost the election because they thought,
Right,
he's out of
because
his
of that.
mind. He's crazy. He's nuts. Can't have a guy that just goes, yeah, in the White House.
Right.
We have another guy, though, that actually got us so we can't go to other countries. All right, I'm off the subject now, but I just got to let you know, our president let 200,000 people die. He knew the information. He knew it in November, and he continued to gulf while Americans on ventilators died, and they didn't even get to see their families when they did. So let's be dead serious. This is supposed to be a comedy podcast, but we have the worst human being. I'm not talking the worst president. We literally have one of the worst human beings. Ray worked with the homeless for a while. People that are on the streets, and they had more empathy and compassion and less criminality than this asshole does. So can we all agree that it's time to get rid of this dude? And even Kamala Harris, I'm like, here's what I don't understand. Kamala. Here's what I don't understand. So she tweets out, we got to vote in November. I'm like, November? This motherfucker needs to resign today.
I know,
today.
but he won't. So, and they won't impeach him in the Senate. And so the only power that we have is voting him out by a landslide. And it has to be a landslide because he ain't leaving if it's close.
He ain't leaving if it's a landslide. He ain't leaving if it's a landslide.
It's the best shot we have.
But he is going to claim that he
said it.
He's going to
This
claim that
week
it's
he said this election
rigged,
is
that'll
rigged.
be rigged. Right.
It's fake. It's fraudulent. He lists like 5 things.
How does he know? It hasn't happened.
Exactly.
How do you know it's gonna be fraudulent.
Again, that's
Yeah,
Hitler's
and
playbook.
again, though, he won't even allow them now to bring him anything to do with Vladimir Putin, intel-wise.
Oh, that
That came out too.
as we were driving over, this came out. Go ahead.
But he has an issue with corruption and fraud and criminality. But this came out in Bob Woodward's book that he told them to stop bringing him anything to do with Vladimir Putin. And go ahead.
There was a whistleblower also, a
Today,
guy from
a whistleblower
DHS,
came
from the
out.
Department of Homeland Security. As I'm leaving the house. By the way, can we get a president so I have
Stop
to
bringing
work?
it.
So I have to work on an Armageddon update? Like, so I have to think, I have to come up with an idea on my own?
I actually thought your Armageddon update became antiquated by the time you left the house.
I did.
Right.
I finished it. I'm like, it's going to be about, hold on, there's more news. Hold on, damn it. So
He's a head DHS official.
said that basically the Trump administration told them, do not bring any more things about Putin affecting the election. I don't want to see it. I don't want to hear it. So we've got a foreign enemy hacking our election, and the president's like, nah, don't want to hear about it.
Not just to him, but period.
Period.
To
Yeah,
Congress.
do not bring it
Don't
up.
write it, don't print it, nothing. And then they were saying how it brings us back to Dan Coates saying that he believed that Russia had something on Trump. And that's what we've been saying all along, which is why he won't release his tax returns. He said today in that thing, very brief, and then he ran out, that Joe Biden must release his list of judges. And I think the irony
Supreme Court
of
judges.
you demanding that someone release anything.
Anything. Yeah, that he's demanding. Yeah, exactly.
Meanwhile, all of your tax dollars, what do you think is paying for all these, he's got 100 and something lawsuits going right now?
He can't even ask for an In-N-Out burger receipt. You shouldn't. We don't have to release anything, bro. When you said your taxes for how long and nothing. All right.
But taxpayers pay for all these lawsuits where he's fighting, releasing financial information and taxes. We are paying for that.
Here's the new one. Did you do the new one? So the DOJ. God, I hate this podcast. This is not my favorite podcast, only because I wish there was other things in the news to talk about. William Barr is now taking over our president's rape case in the Supreme Court.
Oh, they're trying to do some finagling. Yeah,
the DOJ is our American government is taking over Donald Trump's rape case.
Defamation, because he defamed her, and they're saying that the reason being that when that happened, not the crime. They're not even disputing the crime happening.
Listen, he raped her.
When he defamed her, he was president of the United States, so we have to handle this case.
So now it becomes
that happened. But this thing where he said that she was blank, he was president. It's now we got to handle it now.
And we're paying for it. Us. Everybody at this table is paying for it.
Yeah.
It's awesome. Isn't it awesome?
Make America great again.
I don't think gullible again.
We've done a podcast since I came back from North Carolina, but I will say that Grandma. Well, I won't say anything about that. I will say that my grandma is intelligent. That's what I'll say.
Agreed. A thinker.
And she's a thinker, and she reads a lot, and she is in a different place now. That's all I'll say. But on the way, I got family members that are listening to try and they're doing their own family Republican intel.
Well, I hate in Thanksgiving when you guys do that mock trial thing, and they actually try all the family at Thanksgiving.
That's what it feels
That's
like.
what it feels like. She's like saying we can't show up because someone's gonna. By the way, we go to podcast number 445 where you said. So she has no problem. I have no qualms with this. I'll be like, and you know what my uncle said?
I have no problem with it where it concerns me, but I don't want to cause her any trouble.
Amen.
For being a thinker and a reader. So. Anyway, on the way to the
Documented.
airport, thank you.
Yeah, noted.
Put a little mark that one.
I'll get my point across without necessarily saying it. On the way to the airport in Jacksonville, North Carolina, there were, I passed probably 12 yard signs that were so big that they were on wheels. And they had to put them on these, what do you,
carts?
And wheeled them out. Trump, Pence, make America great again. And I just think the irony of you saying he's been in 4 years now, and you want to make America great again. You had 4
you had your
years,
shot.
bro.
That was your shot.
This is nobody has the balls to put "Keep America Great Again." They tried that for a while, but now everyone's like, "Yeah, that's not."
Yeah, we're really not.
For some reason, it doesn't feel right.
Yeah, right.
Oh,
Exactly.
yeah?
Even I can't put that on the line. Hey, listen. We were better before when the black guys run and said, "Don't say I said that at the meeting."
Second time around.
And
We'll do it
not
second
only
time.
that, but when I was cleaning out one of my mom's storage units, I found a button from then.
This
that
is awesome. I tweeted this out. This is crazy.
You tweeted out the picture?
The picture, yeah.
That I sent you?
Yeah, tell him.
It's a button from the campaign, and it's Reagan and Bush, and it says "Make America Great Again."
When H.
Oh yeah, that was he was
He's
the original. Sure.
Dear.
Yeah, he just completely.
So he's a hack. That's
Yeah.
what I tweeted. I'm like, not only
just
is the
copied
guy,
it.
he's stolen, he's paid off porn stars with money, he's
Mm-hmm.
lied 22,000 times. He's a hack comic too. He actually took like someone else's full out took the whole thing.
Authenticity is a big word that he doesn't.
Hasn't been taught yet.
That
Can't
he
even
doesn't
say it.
know. Often.
Authoritarianism? No.
Person, woman,
Man,
authentic.
camera, TV. Funniest. I laughed. That's the biggest laugh I've had in a long time, actually.
I actually asked my sister on this vacation. I brought that up, and she was like, "What is that?" So those people,
So they're being shielded
them,
from all. Yeah.
Fox
those
is
people,
shielded.
Wow, they're doing a good
they
job.
don't even
at
know
just-
about one of the funniest things to happen in the last 20
Wow.
years. Person, woman, man, camera. She goes, "What is that?" I said, "Oh,
And
just,
by
I'll
the
show you
way,
video."
if you get it in order, you get extra points.
No, you don't. There's no extra points.
Get a cookie.
Can I see your point total, bro? Because
right.
all right.
But in spite of Trump, they're voting for Trump. They don't care. That's why when you try and tell them this stuff and you repeat, oh, la, 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 he did all these things, they don't care. It's not what they're voting for.
I'm a little off today because of all this. Honestly.
They're voting against, and people like AOC terrify them. You know,
Why, though?
Because it's so extreme from what they want to believe,
So,
etc.
someone put a list out of all these countries that have healthcare, and it's like countries like Finland, and it's like these countries that we like. Oh, it's places you want a vacation. It's
Right.
it's the places you want to go because
Yeah.
they're cool ass places to go, and they're just, and we can't even get close to it. It's crazy. And now California, I just read, is raising our taxes again. Our state
lot.
taxes is going up. It's like
It's like from 8 to 17 or something.
13.
13.
5 points. It's like, and I'm like, what is going on? How can it all suck? How can it all suck? Everything that's going on sucks. Just want to say that it sucks. We've been having like suck day after suck day after suck day, and we're just trying to keep our heads above water, and it all sucks.
Yeah.
And that's why I guess I wonder why people don't look at that. Like, do you remember when breaking news was not a thing? Now they say it all the time, and you're
If they
just
said it,
yeah.
you look to the TV. If they
because
said
it
it,
was
you were
a
like, whoa.
big ass
Yeah.
deal,
Yeah.
and it was rarely about the president,
Yeah,
whomever
Mount St.
it was.
Helens blew up.
Yes, it was huge. It was the astronaut, the space shuttle exploded. It was like something.
9/11.
And now it's all day, every day. And I just think, don't we all at least want to try someone else in the hopes that maybe we'll have just a little bit of peace?
Yeah.
Wouldn't you love some peace? And we know in the last 4 years we didn't get it. So maybe we could try something else.
Just so you know, so I woke up very grumpy this morning. I didn't wake up grumpy. I take that back. I woke up rested because I haven't drank this week, and I just slept really well. I've been sleeping last 3 nights. Been sleeping like hard, like where I wake up like wow, this is awesome. My lovely wife brings me a cup of coffee, turn the TV on, and they play the thing with Woodward, the recording. It's Trump. We played it twice in the Armageddon update. It's Trump actually saying that he's hiding it from people and he wants to downplay it. And because of that, we are the number one in the world deaths. Do you get that?
You're going to be
It didn't
tired
work.
of winning.
I could have saved millions of people. No, you couldn't have, because we have a list of every other country in the world where no one died per capita close to where we are. Yep. And I thought of weirdly enough, I thought of Herman Cain. I thought of the guy that used to come to my show who died. I thought
Gerardo.
Gerardo.
That's the thing you said, because he's trying to just say, oh, I didn't want anyone to panic. And yet, after that recording, you said he still held rallies packed full of people
With no one
no
wearing masks.
masks. You can go and watch the rallies, like in North Carolina, where he's yelling that it's a hoax, a Democratic hoax.
After he just got
So
he knew.
Yeah, and Herman Cain died because of one of his rallies after tweeting that he wasn't wearing no mask. It's like but with this guy, you have to make a timeline and you have to put all the things on it.
Nobody
and he
cares.
said, and by then there's some new craziness, so people forget about that and they go to this thing, and that's how and the beat goes on.
So let's talk about let's scare the hell out of all the Republicans. What are the worst things that liberals are going to do when they take over? The kale salad thing. That's
Take your
happening.
guns.
They can take your guns. They can take your guns. Take your guns. They're going to hide bullets. Then they're going to make you eat kale with their guns to your head. You know.
You're gonna have a bunch of lady men doing all kinds of things.
You're going to have health care.
Dogs marrying dogs, cows marrying chickens.
Yep.
Yeah, right.
You're gonna have health care, but you know who else is gonna have health care? Black people.
Oh,
and
no.
you know what else? Poor
Poor
people.
people.
Poor people. Wait,
Them.
And you know who's gonna pay for that? You are. How do you like that?
but I'm poor too.
Yeah.
But you're white, so you've been paying for it.
Yeah, no, all white. That's the thing, is that a lot of these people are worse off than the
Dirt
people they
poor.
look down on. I'm very confused by that. I mean, there's a definite type.
yeah.
Certainly there's a few people that, that are accomplished and read, but I think they're just voting Republican, period. But a lot of the most vocal Trump supporters are the boat parade people as they slowly sink.
How perfect of a
Metaphor?
Yes, thank you.
I'm tired.
That's happened
Trump.
twice now. Do you know it's happened twice now? They had one where a bunch of Trump flotilla turned into a sinktilla and sank some people. Then they did it again. Happened again, and it's weird because I've been boating since I was a little kid. So when you see this, you know what you do? You turn the boat on, you fucking start going. You don't.
Right.
These people sat there there was video of them.
This is exactly,
like,
before
watching-
you describe this,
like,
this is exactly parallel to what's happening in our country
Yes.
right now. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, they did.
Boat is sinking.
Boat. Okay, so
Okay.
so
Yes.
so danger's coming.
Yep.
Instead of turning the boat on and running away from the danger,
Yep.
they sat in the boat because Trump will protect us.
Yep.
Right.
And that boat starts rocking.
same
Next
mentality.
Thing you know,
Yep.
waves crashing, and you see
More
coolers
danger.
floating, more
Okay,
danger.
people are dying.
No one's starting the boat. And they all start panicking. Beer koozies all over the place. And the boat, the funny thing is
But
to watch
meanwhile, the other people who are not riding the boat, we're also in the boat.
Yeah,
we're also in all the other boats. Hey, hey,
That's
hey.
the problem.
Yeah, that's right.
That's the
so
problem.
what's happening is, as it's going down, they're running around and no one's doing anything. And I'm like, guys, this is an easy solution. And we get out of the waves.
Yep.
And every fucking day, this guy has a new tsunami crashing on us, and that's how he keeps diverting us. And today, to come out and go, he was trying to calm us down. And I would say to anybody who gives me that excuse, why is he not trying to calm down suburban housewives who he said black people are going to be moving, that they're going to build projects in your neighborhood? Do you think that's going to happen?
Or China hysteria.
Oh,
He
yeah.
did it again today, and that whistleblower, the high up guy at DHS, said we were told specifically to start putting out intel against Iran and China. And so listen for it every time he talks now, the Chinese virus.
I mean, even before he got in, they're rapists.
Yes.
Yeah, Mexican.
But she was his buddy, and you can watch a press conference of him in February or March saying that they just had a great conversation, and she is being very transparent with him. He told him all about the virus. He called him.
What
And
other topics has he been calm and happy about?
Somebody
That too.
said
Nothing.
this. Somebody said this. They go, if we're just finding this shit out after almost
Yeah.
4 years, what is the other stuff that we don't know?
Oh, yeah.
Like, what does he know? I mean, it's pretty obvious he's a Russian agent. In my opinion, the guy's a Russian agent. But the
I
thing
think
with
he just owes a lot of money to oligarchs.
the thing with Xi, though, is that he actually, the reason he was telling Woodward this stuff, he goes, well, I talked to President Xi, and President Xi said it's pretty dangerous. This is no joke. He says this in the interview with Woodward. This is no joke. And it's aerosolized. It's in the air. You can't touch it. And then he goes, this guy's such a genius. He goes, it's not like when you touch something. You know, it's not a touch virus. So you touch something, you got to touch it.
those are
You got to
easy.
touch it to get it touched.
Yeah.
You know, this one is
You know,
in the
touch-
air. And
Yeah, he didn't say aerosolized. You keep saying that.
Yeah,
I'm
no,
like,
he did
yeah,
not
that's
say.
not
He
what
said,
said.
he goes, it's in the air. It's in
It's
the air.
in the
You breathe it
air,
in.
so it's bad.
And that's tricky.
Very
It's tricky.
bad.
He said it was
Yeah,
tricky.
it's tricky.
He said it was tricky. This one's really tricky. And I just go, wait, she told you, and then you flipped it. So you people that are following this guy, and anybody knows, you guys are honestly getting conned. You guys are the suckers and the losers. You really are.
He called our military leaders the generals.
Yesterday, he said yes.
What, sissies, dopes?
No, he said dopes, and he goes, and they love war. He goes, they want to go to war. They want to keep.
But I wouldn't fight with them because they're dopes or something.
But he says, He goes, they want
Joint Chiefs of Staff.
They want to go to war. He goes, they want to keep all these people that make the weapons in business. He said this yesterday. It sounds like doesn't that sound like a Democrat? And then Michael Cohen gets on. Guys, I don't want to talk about this anymore. I'm really getting tired of talking about this. But Michael Cohen gets on Rachel Maddow last night and basically says out, and she goes, what do you think he is when it comes to abortion and stuff? She goes, oh, he's for abortion. He's pro-choice, 100%. I go, she goes, how do you know that? She goes, we've had many discussions about it, 100%, over and over and over. You guys are dopes. The dopes are the people that voted for him. The suckers are the ones that voted for him. You got three-carded Monty'd by a psychopath con man, and you keep fucking doing it.
Yep.
It's like you can't just admit you're stupid. So years ago, I bought 3 bricks as a VCR. You know what I did? I didn't deny. I didn't say no. That's a VCR. It's just in brick form. I didn't say that. I didn't go no.
You really did.
I meant to pay $90 for 3 bricks in a box, in a VCR box with labels taped to it. It wasn't even a real VCR box. You know what I did? I admitted my mistake, and then I made things better. And guess what? I never did again. I never bought another fucking 3-brick VCR.
Well, actually, you did put the bricks up where the VCR would have gone, though, right?
I did. They were up on a shelf, so I reminded myself every day what a fucking moron I was. And that's what I wish these Trump people would do. Hey, maybe next time we don't vote for the reality television star. If Snooki runs, maybe we don't put her in office. You know, if somebody who has absolutely no skills, bankruptcies, wants to date his daughter, maybe if you're a scumbag, we shouldn't put you in charge of the most powerful nation on earth. And if you voted for him, hey, I'm sorry, shouldn't have done that. Okay, got it. Now let's move on and get smart. Because right now, America is fucking dying. And I'm pissed.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess we could end there. Sorry. It's uncomfortable.
This podcast brought to you by...
Ladies and gentlemen.
I heard him on the way in. One of the tapes as well I say tapes like it's still tapes.
One of the digital media that we heard on the radio.
Tape sounds better. It sounds more Watergate-ish. That he said Obama, who lives rent-free in his head, is not very smart. Yeah, he's not very smart. Head of the Harvard Law Review. Whether you like Obama or not.
Top of the class at Harvard, too.
Yeah, whether you like him or not, this kind of stuff is so transparent to what actually goes on in his little tiny brain. He's not smart. And then he goes out of the blue, he goes, and he's not a very good speaker. And
Obama.
I know. And I thought, it's because you have heard him speak and it makes you insane. And you know that you're an idiot when you try and read, and you said that they stormed the airports, and it makes him insane. It's just such transparent jealousy.
The Continental. They stormed the airports and they rammed the ramparts. What? They sank the sinkholes.
He was doing his best. It was word association.
They trove the treads.
Not very smart.
It's almost like when he commits a crime, he just accuses everyone. He's like, that crime, it's on his mind.
100%.
And he just accuses everyone of it.
That's what I'm saying. His speech is so transparent. If you want to know what he's up to, look at what he's accusing other people of doing.
It's what he's doing.
If you want to know what he's insecure about, look at what he says about Obama. Yeah, exactly. Yep. Or Biden.
Well, that's what Cohen said. He said he doesn't like Obama because Obama is everything he's not. And then she said, black? she made me laugh really hard last night. They said he's smart. He's head of the Harvard Law Review. He was like top of his class at Harvard. Was an incredible senator. He's a great speaker. Everything that Donald Trump is.
Motivational. He's a cheerleader.
But here's the thing. So at one point in your life, are you always looking back? He's still trying to dismantle Obama. So like, dude, when are you going to do... Because his legacy is shit on toast. His legacy is the highest unemployment since...
To most.
Great Depression. It doesn't matter. Numbers. It doesn't matter what anybody says. Numbers, hard numbers. He fucked the economy. Highest debt we've had. He gave tax cut to rich people. He actually killed 200,000 people by lying about the virus. Like, it's every bit, every number. He's actually destroyed our environmental laws. Everything he's done is like the worst record in American history. And people are still like, that's my guy. Is it? Is it? Is it because he's fat like you? Is it because he's dumb like you? Why is this guy your guy? You know what I want as president? A smart guy. Hey, wouldn't it be cool if we had a smart guy? But you know what I'd like?
I just want to go on record as saying some fat people are very nice and
Some,
very
yeah,
intelligent.
but you got to be
and
liberal.
He's not very nice.
No. I'm just saying that when people, like, okay, every time someone is a Trump supporter, they are a type.
There is a type.
There is a type. They are puffier. They're doughier. They all have the same. They all have the same goatee. Some of the women.
Yeah.
They have kind of a buzz haircut.
A lot of low cargo shorts.
Low, yeah, it's cargo
Socks.
shorts. Yeah, low cargo. Yeah, socks. They almost look like they tried to accept like a Hispanic gang member look, but didn't quite pull it off.
Right.
They're wearing a shirt with an eagle on it, or as I said in last week's Armageddon update, some shorts, the American flag shorts that they're nut cheeses in, where you're desecrating the flag. It's always the same type. And they're always yelling. And then you can always tell they're wearing bulletproof vests and carrying their ARs, except the bulletproof vest they got,
doesn't
the Velcro.
quite strap.
Yeah, the Velcro doesn't quite.
There's a lot of open flesh.
I don't even mean to be like this. And did you see those guys? Those video of some guys chasing. They were chasing some protesters, and they came behind them and just started hitting them with sticks. It was like Proud Boys just started beating from behind. I'm just. We are at the.
Speaking of Proud Boys,
I fear we are at the.
Ron Funches was here on Saturday. That's a happier topic. And
he was great too.
He was awesome. He had some really great bits where
I'm in a dark place.
He was laughing so loudly upstairs that Ron heard him on stage and started talking to him. I mean, and it's hard to make a comic laugh, but man, he was killing us.
Ron Funches did a bit about racism, and he pulled it towards cereal. He was talking about they wanted to get rid of Aunt Jemima. He goes, I want to. He goes, right now in this time we need a strong black woman in the kitchen. He goes, I ain't trusting that Quaker Oats guy. You know he's a white supremacist.
Yeah.
You can tell by the hat. And then he goes, snap, crackling, pop. I know them are Proud Boys. I know Proud Boys when I see them. And at one point, as a comedian, I started hearing the subject matter, and I'm mad that I didn't think of it, and I'm laughing so hard, and also furious at myself for not thinking. Ron Funches was phenomenal.
He really was
at the Combustion Lounge.
Yep, and we have Fortune Feimster coming back September 26th, 2 weeks from now, and she's bringing Chris Frangiola, who was on Chelsea lately with her. He wrote a lot for that show. He was on the show more than anyone else other than Chelsea and Chewy. So
she's kind of presenting Chris, isn't she? Chris is going to be headlining.
But she's also performing.
Right.
And she's also bringing her wheel again, but with his bits and topics on it, and she's still going up to spin it, but he has to do whatever it lands on. And God only knows who she's going to Zoom this time. Last time she Zoomed Lance Bass and her mother.
That was awesome.
It was really awesome. So I don't know. I'm excited for that show. It's $10. You can go to frangiola.eventbrite.com or combustionlive.com.
And just click through, or ChristopherTitus.com, right? You can
all three, yeah.
Yep.
I was super stoked when I found out she was coming back. We really loved her. We've been very fortunate that we've only had really genuinely good humans so far.
Yeah, true. In December, Rachel and I are doing Us. We are doing a show December 15th.
Or this, whatever
that weekend.
That Saturday is.
Yeah, we're going to do Us. We're doing a whole new show where you're going to see her and I being
12th.
We're doing George and Gracie. I wrote
December
a bit for George.
12th.
We're doing December 12th. George and Gracie. I will be playing guitar, much to his chagrin. He's on sound, so he can do his best. I do need to be auto-tuned. That being said, what else? What else? We have a couple. We'll tell some stories from our life.
Oh, we're gonna do. Oh, what, our show?
Yeah.
We don't know yet. Yeah. And why tell them? Because
I'm really down today.
That ruins it.
I'm really
am
down today.
too now.
Because
you were so down.
And then I dealt with, I had to deal with a rent-a-car company, guys. Let me tell you something.
By the way, this podcast, because I keep trying to steer it away from anger so I can segue.
It's really hard to do that
with
me.
This podcast is brought to you today by Cuts. Cuts. By the way,
I'm wearing one of the
you
shirts.
are actually wearing one of the shirts, but you
really
did
good.
paint in it, so there is a little paint on the front of it.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Just so you know,
I was building a.
it didn't come with paint on
I was
it.
building a set.
That was I think that was from the cabin.
Here's how good these shirts look. I walk in. I haven't really, my workout is.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
He goes, dude, you look like you're ripped. I'm like, no, it's
looking
just
good.
it's a
Looking
t-shirt.
good.
Oh.
And he's like, oh, it's the shirt. I'm
I
like,
go, it's a
oh,
t-shirt. Yeah. Like,
Okay, so Cuts does not guarantee this, but the Highlander seems to think that the shirts make you look more muscly.
yes, they do.
So this dude was trying to find the perfect T-shirt, which I have been on a quest for as well. I stole one of your Cut shirts.
Yes, you did.
But he wanted something nice enough to wear to work, and then you could still wear it out and look super muscly. So he calls this the only shirt worth wearing.
Not super muscly, but muscly enough.
What, on a scale of 1 to 10 of muscly, where would you say that this shirt landed him?
that over super muscly over here
Yeah.
would be.
You still
1
work
to
here.
10
You still work here.
is, you are 10 and a half.
Oh,
right?
Wow, that is
10 and a
wrong.
half.
That is
Wow.
wrong and really butt kissing. You could be a Republican.
You can shop by the cut that you like. First, you choose the collar you like: crew neck, V-neck, Henley.
I love
Choose
the
your
V-necks.
cut, elongated, which he is, split hem or curve hem. You can do long sleeve, short sleeve, collars, cuts, all different colors. This is like pick your flavor.
They went out of their way. It's like, okay, so there's some things I think that you can't go, you can over detail. There's a company that makes socks, and they make them in all the sizes plus half sizes socks.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, it seems
Right.
a bit much. Seems a bit much. I've never went, man, this sock is really just not fitting me. Never had that happen.
Me neither.
Unless I put on a Christmas
Because they
stocking.
don't. It's not like they don't stretch. They're very rigid.
Yeah,
when you put
exactly.
socks
That's it.
on. You
They
can't really-
put on old dungarees from from the gold miner times. Yeah. So, but these guys took the T-shirt and they nailed it. They just nailed it.
That
I
was
don't
what
even,
he focused on.
I
That
don't,
was
and
it.
I had a favorite T-shirt that I always had to get. That is no longer my favorite T-shirt. Cuts are my favorite T-shirt.
Cuts,
And
he loves you so much.
I even order
he
them.
paints in you.
I paint and I actually buy them on my own. I don't just give them to me. I actually go buy them.
So, guys and girls, if you want to look muscular and Titus, but aren't muscular, you can
Like
get one of these
Titus.
shirts.
They also have a new PYCA polo. They've reinvented the polo, so go check it out. It's the
got 3
only
sleeve
shirt
holes.
worth wearing, loved by your favorite athletes, entrepreneurs. That's him. Even podcast hosts, also him. Get 15% off your first order by going to cutsclothing.com/Titus. That's cutsclothing.com/Titus for 15% off the only shirt worth wearing. I like this phrase, the only shirt worth wearing.
And it's a good ad, but also when I to get out of the drawer, like you have my shirts in my drawer, I've got the ones I get from Lucky Brands, and then I dig the cuts. I always go.
It is very soft. Did you notice when you touched it?
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
I did. I
Did
couldn't
you
breathe.
want to touch
I was
it
like,
again? You
It's
did.
really
I could
this
tell.
whole thing is making me uncomfortable.
I knew he
actually.
wanted
dear.
to touch it
Making
again.
me
I gave him an
really,
excuse to reach out
really weird,
under the
making
guise
me
of a bit.
uncomfortable.
But he got
but
to
all
touch
right,
you.
It's okay. We
Put
work
his
together
hand in
enough.
your box.
Hey, whoa.
We
Yikes.
also did Josh Wolfe's podcast last night. It wasn't a it was a podcast.
yeah,
Controlled
yeah,
Chaos.
Controlled Chaos. Very fun.
He did mashups of our faces to see what our babies would look like. There was one of ours is actually, he said, look like Peter Dinklage, and he started calling him Dinklage Titus. I'm not sure it was a boy. I think it
Titus Dinklage.
was I don't know, but there was a lot of forehead. I will say that.
It's basically your hair and your beautiful shaped face, and with my
He didn't.
face
I don't think he mixed.
stuck on it. Yeah, no, I looked at it today. It's me. I look like I actually look like the lead guitarist for Foreigner or something for a band that never made it.
Your baby with Josh looked like he wanted to know about rabbits. It was not good. Actually, yours and Zach Ward was on it as well. Your baby with Zach was really a good looking guy.
Yeah, that guy was he was tough.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looked like Liam Neeson and someone cooler had a baby.
It was good. He
Yeah.
was like definite 80s actor, cool guy. I liked it. Anyway, so check that out. Go to check out all of Josh's podcasts. He's really funny.
They had
Also-
200,000 views already by it this morning
On what?
of that podcast of us.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So it must be worth watching. Also, we had to tell our top 3 movies that describe our sex life. We're not going to give it away. Go watch it. Also, brought to
But
you-
go watch it because I get body slammed by the lovely Bombshell.
No.
I tried to make it nice, and she just went.
No. Brought to you today by ButcherBox.
ButcherBox. The best meat we had, the chicken, is always awesome. I'm not the big red meat guy, but because of ButcherBox, I don't have to be the red meat guy. So the chicken they gave, those chicken breasts we had, dense, badass. I was so happy.
I always think about Grandma when I hear about ButcherBox and
he tries
how
to steal
she was
it.
trying to steal
Grandma,
meat.
we have the meat in the freezer because they give you enough to where you could survive a pandemic. And Grandma's like, I'm taking this back to North
She
Carolina.
doesn't say
On the
that.
plane?
Yeah, she was trying to figure out how to
I think it's
transport
allowed.
it. Yeah, that's what I finally had to tell her. But she doesn't say, I'm taking this with me. And I watched her do it again this week. ButcherBox came the time we're talking about, and she said, well, I'm going to have to find some kind of cooler bag or something to take that with. She doesn't tell you she wants to take it. She starts making plans.
About how to do it. She's already there.
She's definitely
Yes.
moved
Doesn't need your
beyond.
permission.
I don't know how, like, she sees me
She's
open it.
earned it.
I don't know how I'm going to get that on the plane. Like, and then you're like,
And you're
what?
like, wait, what on the what?
Without getting too off topic, she did that again this week. My mom collected hand-carved elephants when we lived in Japan, and so there's like jade ones and ivory and all different ones. She didn't. Don't write in about the ivory. It was 30 years ago. And my sister had them spread out on the bed because I said I just wanted to see them. I didn't want any of them. I just wanted to see them so my sister could take them. Grandma walks in and she's looking down at the bed and she goes, well, those are beautiful, but I don't know where I'm going to put them. And I said, well, you're not. And she goes, I just don't think I have space for that.
By the way, what a great Jedi mind. It's a Jedi mind trick. She's a Jedi. That's what that is.
So I saw her do, I call it the butcher box.
These are not the droids you were looking for.
Exactly. So she was fascinated by ButcherBox because number one, it comes to your door. You don't have to leave your house. Also, it's super affordable. It's crazy compared to what we pay going to the store versus getting this, especially if you're trying to be healthier. It just makes it so much easier.
And it shows up at your house. You don't have to go to the store.
It's all free of antibiotics and added hormones. Each box has 9 to 11 pounds of meat, which is like 24 individual meals. It's packed fresh, shipped frozen, vacuum sealed. You can customize. You can decide if you don't like red meat. You can just do whatever. You can slide and drop whatever you want into the box. Most affordable and convenient way to get it. And if you do like red meat, it's 100% grass-fed. So there you go, Highlander. Free-range organic chicken, heritage pork, wild-caught Alaskan salmon. Come on,
They
son.
got salmon. Oh, man.
I know they had scallops for a while too.
Yep.
So right
Scallops.
now, ButcherBox is offering new members ground beef for life. I gotta tell my dad. My dad's been waiting to order this. Now's the time. Ground beef for life.
Ground beef for life. Oh, my goodness.
I'm gonna use
How
the
do I
Google.
find 'em?
Exactly. Use the Google.
Scallops, not scallops.
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 Don't pretend I'm from New Jersey. I say scallops.
Scallops.
Scallops. Bada boom. Bada bing.
I didn't say that. SC.
ALL.
ALL.
Okay, what's the word ALL?
Skull.
No, what's the word?
Scal?
There you go. Thank you. You just proved my point. We can move on. Right now,
I've been saying it wrong my whole life.
ground beef for life.
I've been
2
working.
pounds of ground beef in every box
For life?
for the life of your subscription. All you have to do, and you can pause, you can do all kinds of stuff with your
That's
subscription.
lifetime tacos is what that is.
Butcherbox.com/Titus. That's butcherbox.com/Titus. I got to call my dad. My dad,
It's
like all of
pronounced
the
Dodd.
things like that we do ads for, we really believe in and we really love. And so my dad is full in, like Liquid IV. Next time we have an ad for them, I'll tell you guys about. My dad is all the way in.
By the way, the whole family actually got involved.
He's
in that.
gonna order the meat. The food delivery thing too. He's in, baby. I'm just gonna have to walk him through it online. Like, so my dad obviously is not super tech savvy at all. Like, he's called me before and asked me how to make his font bigger, and that takes forever. He calls me. I'm at grandma's house. I'm sitting in her recliner. She's next to me, and he calls me and goes, Rachel? I said, yeah, Dad. And he goes, I need your help. I said, yeah, what's up? He goes, I need to reformat a hard drive.
Wow. Okay.
That's-
This is
That's
high
great.
level.
That's next level. That's
Yeah.
next level. Yeah.
All right.
And I would like to say proudly that I actually did walk him through reformatting a hard drive. However, the next part in downloading the new software that he needed,
You thought this was going to go smooth?
yeah,
Right.
it really
No, yeah.
wasn't a go. It wasn't a go. It was really bad. And I told Grandma, and I'm telling Grandma this, I mean, when someone doesn't even understand basic things like cut and paste or how to highlight, I would be like, block that and copy it. Well, how do you block? And I'm like, oh. So 45 minutes later.
Your dad is a kind of a weird combination of Brian Kemp and Droopy.
You have to admit, I mean, I'm actually
is the
saying
base.
it faster.
This is the base.
Saying it faster than he speaks. Except my dad's highly educated.
Yep.
He was a jet pilot for years, retired Marine officer, and then flew private
helicopters, too.
jets. Yeah,
No hard drives
he
on those,
reads
though.
all the time. Yeah, but he doesn't need to know a lot of tech stuff. I mean, he has an iPad and a Kindle. He's pretty hip, but as far as the base, I don't understand why. But anyway, carry on. Butcher Box. It's awesome.
Do we have any more today? No. All right. I am in a bad way. I want you guys to know that. I don't know. I want to get back on the road. I want to do comedy. I really do. And I know you guys want to go out and see comedy. So go to combustionlive.com. We are doing our best 3-camera shoots. I was up there editing last night. The shows are so good. But man, am I missing it. I am missing being out on the road. So we're going to do another show. Your show's coming out pretty soon. It's all done. And you guys, just stay safe. Stay safe. Do me a favor, please. Stay hydrated. Don't put your finger in a light socket. Look both ways before you cross the street. And please vote. Anything else?
Please vote and start checking in with people that you like and don't like about whether or not they're registered to vote. We're only not even 8 weeks away, right?
Right.
So start being cause in the matter. Talk to people and make sure that they're registered to vote. We added an option on our ticket sales on Eventbrite for, I guess it was Ron Funches, and for the Titus reunion, and we registered a lot of people to vote through that. You could do it for free. You could just click here. But that told me, I just thought, wow, that many people still hadn't registered to vote and we're this close. So
do we have absentee ballots coming?
be cause in the matter. Yeah, we already had the warning it's coming letter for
Good.
both of us. So I'm ready. And if you get your mail-in ballot, mail it back right away. Don't put it off. I usually will put mine off until, the last day or whatever.
No, I'll do it right away.
Yeah, because anything that comes in after is not going to be counted. And the later it comes in, the more he's going to say that it's fraudulent and it can't be counted. So landslide.
My biggest concern is that he's going to predator drone strike the mail, the post office. Just going to be all of a sudden, what happened? Well, 57 post offices were blown up today by predator drones. Why? Just happened. I don't know.
It's rigged.
Yeah, it's rigged.
And
It's
people
totally
wouldn't
rigged.
care. Nothing makes a difference. And we would move on.
That would make me sad. My kids are doing well in the pandemic. My son has started school on Zoom. He figured out a way to so he doesn't have to be on Zoom while he's on Zoom.
Cardboard cut out?
Yeah,
How's he doing that?
I don't know, man. He worked it out where
Freeze the photo?
he's got another screen now, and he's doing his homework while they're so he can get his homework done while he's doing class, which at least he's doing it for a good thing. He's not
always just doing his
That is
homework.
true. I'm
He's
trying
gaming.
to upgrade it. Maybe he can. He's on the computer. How can he game on the? I guess you can do both. I guess you could do
You have
both.
a little mini window up.
He's
teeny tiny.
Yeah, he's for sure. I like that you believe that a 16-year-old boy is splitting the screen on Zoom Classroom so that he can do his homework.
Wow. That's the lie I would have told. But yes,
Exactly. That's exactly what you tell your parents. Of course. This from the kid that told me on Saturday night that he had decided that maybe a viable job future would be to be a drug dealer.
But not face to face, online.
Like a pharmacist?
Online. No. I said,
Oh.
what drug? I don't know. I'm gonna have to make my own. I'm like, okay, well that always works. And then I'm gonna
Well, he's
email
funny. Is
market
this a
it.
bit?
No,
email market.
Put it. I'm gonna
No,
email
he
market
said
it
this.
and put it on a website. And Kenny and I just looked at him and I said, so that there's a record of your criminal activity. And he goes, oh, right. Okay.
And stepmom's just bringing the hammer. Yeah, they just crush all my dreams. I can't be a drug dealer online now. God, man, you're a horrible parent.
I had nothing to do with that part. None at all. None. There's no connection at all.
true.
to that.
All right, guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Again, this one, I want to apologize for the darkness, but I came here with darkness because our country is currently led by darkness.
Yeah, but you can't leave people with darkness. I mean, look, part of what's wrong with the country is that darkness is rampant. And so really your job is to make people laugh and bring the light.
So I'm going to have to. I couldn't do it today, man. You know, I was in such a bad mood today. I drugged through. You know, you were around me.
I know.
It wasn't
also
great.
Become a miserable human being.
No, I'm not a
then.
miserable human being. I was fine when I woke up.
I'm nailing it down. I think I'm allergic to corn now. My allergies just
On
sort
top
of
of everything,
duck,
she's
goose.
allergic to
And corn.
And
How dare
corn
you?
now.
Corn.
So
Everything in the
corn's
middle.
Corn's in everything.
Yeah.
It's in everything.
It's like
And
I'm allergic
so
to
that's
water
why
and air.
My face is so puffy, and I can feel my pulse in my eyeball, and it's pretty rough.
Is
I'm
it
not gonna lie.
still around?
Oh yeah. I mean,
You can't see it. It's one of those where it looks huge.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And we watched Lovecraft the third.
HBO's, yeah.
Yeah, Lovecraft Country. Is that what's
Yep,
it called?
yep.
Something Lovecraft. Can't miss it. It's Jordan Peele and J.J. Abrams.
It's awesome.
It's really good. I didn't love the first two, and then the third one I was in. But we ate popcorn with it, and now I'm paying the price
It
for
has
that.
corn in it.
You know, thank you. Does it? I wasn't sure. And in what form is the corn?
It's what they call it's popped.
Oh.
It gets it's like it
Wow.
pops. It pops into
I
a
didn't
shape.
even make that connection before I had it. I knew I might be
Yeah.
allergic to
Yeah.
corn.
They snuck it in. It's one of those low ingredients.
Yeah,
on
pop
the,
was
Yeah,
what
yeah.
really struck me.
Right.
So I
It's
was like,
mostly
oh.
Pop is
But
the
you're-
first ingredient,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
then
yeah,
it's
yeah,
corn
yeah,
after
yeah.
that.
She's very allergic because with all the pop, you think we'd take it just a little bit of corn, but no.
No, it's a lot of corn, turns out. So my eyes are huge. I can see, you know how like when your eyes swell and you can see your part of your eye?
Yeah, you can see like your chin now.
I can
Yeah.
see my upper cheek area.
Yeah, that's weird when your eyes swell up so you can see your own eye. That's weird.
I would also like
Same
to,
eye.
Yeah, like, oh my God, that's the way I can see. Oh, geez.
I would like to also update everyone really quickly, just because we
People
can't
that are high
keep
right now are
making
going to
you
go,
miserable.
I can't. How'd you see your own eye?
I could see your eye. What is it?
I'd like to update you on my mole battle. I've
What?
Oh, what?
come not
Oh, in the
yeah,
backyard. She
moles.
heard what-
I've come to believe that they are gophers, and I
problem.
was originally misled, which would explain why after they told me that they were moles, and then I put mole stuff repellent all over the yard, it didn't work because they
Nope.
were misleading me. And so then I started thinking gophers, and I held a council meeting, and I really tried to persuade them and tell them that, right there is a place called a golf course where they actually are lauded for
Yeah.
their lawn care abilities.
Yeah.
That's what they
Yeah.
are. It's
There's
a grass
literally
factory.
thousands of acres of other
Yeah.
grass.
Yeah.
You have like
Go-
a real life Caddyshack
Go,
happening right.
Go over there. Yeah.
So I told them that, and
They had a meeting.
they had a meeting apparently, and I was
Voted-
gone for
voted
2
you,
weeks
They
almost.
voted you down, obviously.
Yes, it's actually a coup happening in my yard right now. And I came back from North
Bob
Carolina,
Woodward.
a week of really tough going through mom's storage units and stuff to find the lawn it's annihilated. And so clearly my persuasive tactics did not work.
So you've hired a hitman.
I'm about to hire a hitman. He was supposed to come today, but he's kind of shady already. Because if you're a homeowner, it's a lot of murder, turns out. Like you have to murder everything. You have to murder
It is.
everything.
Yeah, that's
Bugs. You have any bugs in the house? You have
All
you
of
have
it.
you have
Anybody that
everything.
comes
Mice,
in on
Ants,
Birds,
spiders,
mice, ants, gophers. Yeah.
all of it. You have
Viruses.
to be really
But
comfortable
here's
with
the thing,
killing.
It's a war though because they're trying to murder your lawn or they're trying to murder your house or they're trying to it's a war. It's
I know,
not-
but I prefer not to get my own hands dirty, and I am going to ask him if he has a humane, persuasive technique.
talk him out of it. Yeah.
Yeah, right? Like,
Mm-hmm.
you...
Just
I love
convince
that-
him
I love
to
the-
leave.
so the exterminator she has come over is in tears. Like she has one meeting in the kitchen. I come downstairs. He's like, I can't do it anymore. I can't. There is no humane way. Oh my God, I'm taking lives. I'm like, Ray, what just happened?
Right.
The Orkin guy.
They're questioning
the Orkin,
their purpose in life.
Yeah, the Orkin guy has realized that he's a killer.
Yeah.
He
He's an
actually-
assassin with
This
a.
is our lives when he's not so mad.
I'm depressed.
Yesterday you were
This morning I was really mad.
yesterday we were in the backyard and I told him about
Now I'm depressed.
my intent to kill,
Mm-hmm.
and it is premeditated. And he said, so basically I tried to be nice to the gophers,
Yeah.
and I ended up now becoming a mobster.
Like everything you hate.
And he and I ended up acting out this whole meeting between me now that I'm ready to take drastic action and the gopher. So go for it.
Oh, shit. All right, everybody, gather around. Listen, I did my best for you. I helped you. I left a little food out. All I wanted was a simple thing. Simple thing. I like to put my bare feet on the lawn, and you guys have ruined that for everybody. So here's what's gonna happen next. I'm gonna give you 24 hours. I have already called the guy. He's got a truck. He's got a matching uniform. He's coming. So you can leave now, or you can deal with him. Me, my hands are clean. But you brought this on yourselves.
To which they said.
And then Caddyshack started playing.
We acted the whole thing out, including me being the gopher yesterday. It was awesome. So next level, people. That's what's happening in the backyard. Next level.
We will keep you updated on how many gophers we have to bury.
No, we are
What?
not going to kill them. Hopefully it's just going to be like a aromatic thing that makes them go just right to the golf.
To work,
They just go, oh, I don't know if I
Haven't
like that
bought,
smell.
I bought like 2 or 3 different things that they didn't respond to.
I did too. I went and bought some too. But
did
it's
you-
also because at first they misrepresented themselves as moles.
Oh.
So probably I was just
They're here
feeding
illegally.
them.
So mole away, they eat mole away is their popcorn actually.
Me too. And then I spread grass seeds to try and make grass grow again in all these patches. And now the damn birds now
yeah.
are all like, oh, thank you.
You
And now the
replace it with
birds
another
are
one.
filling the yard up and eating the grass seeds.
Yeah, and our dogs are like, can I have some food, please? Yeah, so it's
What is the eco structure of our backyard right now? It's
is-
not effective.
You and I we're lower level. There's gophers, birds, us. I mean, we're not even because you are not committed to becoming a predator that you are being preyed upon. Oh, and the coyotes too that keep coming around that are on the golf course in the middle of the night. That's always fun. We had 2 little Yorkies that are like, "This is great. We're sleeping." And yeah. Like there's like something. They're screaming. Some animal screaming, and the coyotes are like, "Yeah." We're like, "Oh, geez." Yeah. So I'm.
You guys have mountain lions? No, you don't have mountain lions.
Oh
there.
yeah, there's a
Oh, you
tagged
do?
mountain lion that was roaming around Tarzana area, and people videoed it, and it has a tag on
With
it.
spray paint on us?
It's
No.
it's illegal to kill them or coyotes because they're protected.
Coyotes, I don't think coyotes are anymore.
Oh yes,
So
yes
they were
they
just
are.
walking
Good
around
luck.
just like,
Oops.
ha-ha,
Oops.
I'm protected.
Yeah, coyotes.
No,
I got a diplomatic immunity.
Coyotes knocking down garbage cans. What are you gonna do?
So the people
You the guy
that
to talk to the
animal
gophers?
control, they responded by saying, "Yeah, we know about the mountain lion. That's why we tagged it." As it's at someone's back patio window, sitting
biting on
at the
someone's neck.
glass, going.
Mm-hmm.
Meow.
Wait. Come here. No.
Exactly. But you can't touch it. But we've tagged it, so you're safe. It's got a little
From
tag
afar
on its
with a-
ear. Yeah.
With the blow dart.
And also I did tried to clean out mom's storage units, had to stop at one point. It became so overwhelming that my
I have to
sister
say-
was with me.
Can I say that? So Ray stayed in North Carolina after vacation and dealt with mom's storage units with all her. It's funny. It's not just some people have storage units that's just full of stuff. Your mom has storage units full of life. Who she is, who she was.
Well,
her
because my
art.
mom moved to the Middle East to become a professor, and so everything that she didn't ship, she was only allowed so many pounds, to ship, and you don't want to take everything anyway to Kuwait. So she really did put our whole life up until that into this one storage unit. And then there's another one that when she got sick and my stepfather had to crate all of her things and send them home, that's her life that got cut short. And then there's Los Angeles life, the 2 years she was here. So it was pretty brutal.
Yeah.
But we
I don't know how you
had
got through it. Honestly.
lots of alcohol.
That's right. At one point, you and your sister were literally drinking out of the bottle.
Straight out of the bottle. It wasn't one point. It was all day, every day. And our former pastor, like my whole life growing up, my mom's best friends, my mom and dad's best friends, and now he's a pastor, and he married my mom and Randy. He and his wife, Miss Judy, they came and they were in ministry. They're the sweetest, kindest, but really cool, non-fake, non-judgmental people ever. Because I'm religious, you're all, have to live up to this standard or else I condemn you, like so many other people there are.
Right.
And And anyway, Miss Judy came and with Mr. Jerry and my sister, who's already like 3 sheets to the wind every day by like noon, because we put bottles of liquor from the beach house every year in the front of the storage unit because it's climate controlled and we get them. Well, there's this whole box. And my sister just goes, "How you doing, Miss Judy?" And later I said to her, I go, "Do you know that you were chugging out of the bottle in front of?" And she goes, "I did." It was like we did what we had to do to get through it.
I will say this, and there's no one that can say anything about it any other way. It's impossible. When you lose somebody, it's impossible. And I was proud of you for your strength and how you got through it. Good job, kid.
I don't know that I was that strong, but I was fortified.
Well, you cried a lot. You slept better, though, because you cried a lot.
I didn't sleep that well either because I was put in bed with Grandma. I was put in bed. Going through a lot. It's a tough time. My sister's there, Randy's there, so there's nowhere. So Grandma goes, "I said you could sleep with me."
Every dessert needs a cherry on top. Every
it's a
dessert.
king-size bed, but she goes, "'Cause you don't mind a little quiet snore." And I go, "No, actually, it's kind of comforting. I'm used to it." At 2:30 in the morning, I was contemplating snuffing my grandma out. I have never been more angry in bed in my life. And I finally got my blanket and went and my puppy and went into the living room and slept on the couch. My stepfather, military colonel, up at 4:30 in the morning in the kitchen, apparently talks to himself. He didn't know that. No one knew that. I knew that. So I get up again, move again the next day. It was brutal. It was brutal. He said to me later, he goes, "Well, what did I say?" I said, "I don't know. You talked the whole time. I thought you were on the phone, and I finally walked by you to escape, and you were just talking to yourself."
Sleepwalking?
No.
Or was he just talking out loud?
He lives on a farm now, and I think you have to do that.
Yeah.
When you live on a farm,
yes.
you have conversations with you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, he did say that. I don't have the cows to talk to, so maybe that is valid.
That's it. It makes the whole thing worse. I don't have the cows to talk to. Makes it worse.
You think you want to be alone, but then you just start talking to yourself. So you end up not alone. There's 2 of you. Yeah.
Thank you for diverting this and making
You're
us
welcome.
end on a funny high note. I appreciate it. And everybody, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. For myself, the lovely Bombshell Ray. Oh, by the way, don't forget, go to combustionlive.com to get tickets to the show. And don't forget to go to ChristopherTitus.com for anything else, DVDs, whatever. Go to Christopher Titus TV. I have 4 specials up right now, and I'm sorry I'm bummed out. I think I'm going to take a nap. I think I need to get to the other side of this. I am upset with what's going on today.
Would you like a juice box as well?
Yes, and some
Okay.
macaroni and cheese.
Okay.
If I could have a juice box with cut up hot dogs in it,
Oh, I used to love
Right.
that.
that would change everybody's mood, man.
Yeah.
You know.
The other thing is we're fasting today, so there's none of that
Oh, yeah.
comfort.
I don't think I'm gonna make it.
I don't either.
I'm depressed.
Yeah.
But I'm happy that you guys are watching and listening.
No, he's
I'm okay.
Okay.
For
We're
myself,
gonna go now.
the lovely Bombshell Ray and the Highlander. Later.
Peace out.
There could be only one.
There could be only one.
Oh, wait. Yes, but you're going to meet number 2 this weekend.
Oh, yes. I was gonna,
next week.
I was going
We
to.
will have a Highlander update.
We'll give a good, salacious, juicy update.
Where are you meeting?
Maybe.
We're meeting in the middle, the literal and actual middle, Cambria. I mean, Cambria.
Button Willow, like somewhere on Highway 5, some horrible nightmare scenario.
Yeah, some
We're
truck
like,
stop.
Have you booked a hotel?
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, it's getting serious.
Oh God.
But like
How many nights?
Like a
3?
good Christian, you booked 2 rooms.
Two separate beds, because we're not there yet. We're just good.
More like buddies, more like college
consenting
buddies,
adults.
right now.
Yeah.
1 room, 2 beds?
Yeah, that'll work.
You're lying.
That is
It's
such a
1
bullshit.
bed. It's
kinda-
such a
that's-
lie.
Yeah, it's a total Cambria. Madonna Inn?
Madonna.
Oh, is that where it is?
No, that's in San Luis. That's in San Luis.
We'll keep some things private.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
and then
yeah.
we'll give it.
How are we going to
You don't want-
send the drone over to film you guys going in and out if
You
I
don't
don't know
want
where you're
all
staying?
the people showing up and the paparazzi if we announce what hotel you're at.
Highlander over here.